You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. We are here once again, and today, man, we have a returning guest. He's been on our show multiple times. We have the one and only BayBay McClinton. If you haven't heard about him, man, you've been underneath the rock because he is just amazing in the business and sports world. He was assistant strength and conditioning coach for the San Antonio Spurs for 5 years and was also the head strength and conditioning coach for the WNBA San Antonio Silver Stars. And also he appeared in VH1's Celebrity Fit Club as a guest trainer. He also held strength and conditioning clinics for pro football teams such as Kansas City Chiefs, Minnesota Vikings, Houston Texans, and more. You can go visit his website, allsportsfitness.net. And once again, we're talking to BayBay McClinton. Man, how you doing?
What's going on, my man? I'm blessed, bro.
I haven't even touched the surface on your bio, so I just had to give a little teaser of some of the great things that you've done over the years. But you, as a successful business person and also a man of faith, let's talk to the audience a little bit about yourself and what has been going on in BayBay's world.
Man, you know what, man? Just trying to stay safe, bro. You know, with all this pandemic and, you know, still trying to train and keep everybody safe coming into the gym. You know, everything has been good, man. God has been good. And
you're also in a new location, too. Tell people where you're at.
Oh, yeah, man. We have a new location, 14732 Baverde Road. You know, we're still doing it. Hopefully next month we're going to be doing some new hip-hop classes for exercises for women, men, whoever wants to do it. It's not just going to be for athletes. I did this when I first started training. It was called Pump. But it's going to be like a soul class, pump class. I'm going to be doing it with my assistant Reese. And it's going to be live, man. Everybody needs to come check it out.
I don't think San Antonio understands some of the amazing gyms they have in the city. There's so many great people with great talent and people like yourself who are leaders in the business world. And also you are a mentor for a ton of athletes. I mean, all around the country. Let's talk a little bit about the process of what it's like being in the gym with BayBay and what are some of the things that you focus on when you're training these athletes?
I mean, the most important thing I'm focusing on is that, you know, faith. You know, everybody be hearing my gospel music on and stuff like that, man. And, you know, just really trying to mentor them and, you know, really get them physical fit. It's not always just about the physical thing. It's also about the mental part of it, too. Because you never know what's going on in people's mind and what's going on in their life. Sometimes they need to sit down and talk to somebody. I ain't going to say I'm no preacher, but, you know, I've been through some things, and I know this is what God blessed me to do, is help people.
And you also, we all know Super Bowl is here with us, and so many people are excited about Brady and excited about Holmes. What do you think about this amazing game that's coming?
Look, I'm going with the young gun. You know, with all that speed, all the speed he has on his team. You know, speed kills. Mm-hmm. Speed wins games. So that's what I'm going with. That's how to conquer Brady. Don't get me wrong, he's the GOAT. Mm-hmm. But you know, I'm just tired of him winning all the time.
But yeah, like you just said, Tom Brady is definitely the GOAT, and I mean, when you look at Holmes and all that he's done at his age, he's the future GOAT. So, man, speaking of that, you did have pro clinics as far as training goes for multiple NFL players and teams. What is the process like when you are helping these future stars and also future legends? Because these are athletes that are top of the game, and they come to you every now and then to stay on that grind.
Man, you know what, man? It's just the way they train. You know, just like with Priest Holmes. I tell everybody he is a future Hall of Famer with him breaking the NFL touchdown records and all the yards. And then when he got hurt, man, he was on track to possibly want to be one of the top backs in the NFL. But, you know, he had that hip replacement and stuff like that. But it's just the way they grind, man. You know, if you're going to come in there and bullcorn around, you know, you're not going to get nothing done. But, you know, with me, you know, you're not going to bullcorn with me. I'm going to put you where you need to go. And, you know, that's my thing. You know, I'm going to try to teach you to be the best and to be the greatest. And that's what it's all about.
And once again, we are talking to BayBay McClinton on I Am Refocused Radio. You can go to his website, allsportsfitness.net. Once again, that's allsportsfitness.net. And you are also a man of faith. And you mentioned that a little bit earlier about sometimes you play gospel music and switch it up in the gym. What is the number one trait for an individual when they come to your gym, when they're not just coming to train, they're also being fed wisdom? What's that number one trait that you try to give to your clients? And I would say they probably your friends too at the end of the day.
Man, I just want them to know I keep it real, man. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to tell it like it is. And I think that's where they like me, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm not going to bullcorn around with it. And they just like my trustworthy, you know, when I talk to them.
You have some new shop apparel that's on your website. And what's cool about it is you have fear spelled backwards and you have faith going forward. Explain that concept that you got there for the audience.
Well, just like, you know, we talked about this when I first came on your show about fear and faith. You know, fear, the devil don't give you fear, but God's going to give you faith. And that's why I put fear going backwards, the F going backwards, because you're going backwards. I'm not going that way. I'm going faith. I'm going forward. So that's why I got it. So, you know, I'm on live now on my Instagram. I got one of my caps on right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I got on my Muhammad Ali T-shirt for Black History Month.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So every day I try to wear something black with Black history on it.
And I'm glad you touched on that, because it's so important that we keep that mindset, because when people are stuck in their old ways, that always hinders growth. That always keeps you from new opportunities, because opportunities come in all shapes and sizes, and it's going to be work. It's never going to be a freebie. Nothing's handouts. And how do you try to drive that home for younger athletes that you have to earn it, that nothing's ever a handout? How do you teach them to understand that concept?
It's in our workout. You know what I mean? I try to just train them hard and see if they're going to quit. I mean, nothing is easy in life. If you want to be the best, you got to train to be the best. If you want to be the best trainer, you got to go educate yourself to be the best trainer. So that's what it's all about. You just got to do what you got to do. I never dreamed that I would do stuff on Celebrity Fit Club, or been on HBO 24/7 for boxing, and done a lot of things here locally on TV. You know, it's people going to look at your hard work, and that's when they want to have you do a lot of stuff. When they see your hard work and how disciplined you are, people don't want you to do more.
Every time I see you, every time I look up, it's like I have to play catch up, because you have so many things going on at once. You also have a 2021 NFL Pro Day and Combine training. What are some of the things that you look for when an athlete is trying to strengthen areas where they're weak at? What are some of the things that you are constantly trying to help them hit those target goals? So
the most important thing is speed. All the scouts are looking at that 40. I don't know why they gauge the 40 on how you play. Because that to me, I think that's a bad measurement. A lot of guys just don't test well, like on the 50, the bench press. But, I mean, look how they play. They do look at how you play, but they really look at that 40. And that's, you know, we concentrate on the 40 a lot. Because fast, just like you said, speed kills and speed wins games. I mean, that's why you think Kansas City's always, you know, winning all the time, because they got all that speed on their team. So that's why I really, really coach on the speed, and then, you know, I really work on the strengthening on the second hand of it.
And this training is about 6 to 8 weeks. So when the person that trying to get this all together, what is it that they're going to expect on day one? Because I heard your training is very intense, and it's for a good reason.
Well, the first day I'm testing them. I want to see where they at. we do like baseline testing to see where they're at, and then from there we got to build to where we want to take them. So for instance, if a kid come in and run a 40, he runs like a 4.6. Our goal is we want to try to get him down to like a 4.5, 4.4. We'll look at those numbers and we'll test them like every 2 weeks to see where they're at. And by the time they pro day come or when the combine comes, well, like this year they're not having the combine. They're just doing pro days at all the colleges. So when they go do their pro day, when they get there, they'll be right where they need to be to run fast.
And once again, you listen to I Am Refocused Radio. We are talking to our special guest, BayBay McClinton. And you can go to allsportsfitness.net to find out everything that he does. Allsportsfitness.net is a website. You have trained so many athletes, man. I'm not even going to list all the amazing athletes that you had in the past and current today, but you don't just do football. I mean, you train boxers, basketball players. What are some of the cool things that you've done with boxing lately? Because we all know in San Antonio, boxing is popular, and hopefully in the future it gets more great attention. But what are some of the great things that you've been able to be a part of when it comes to boxing?
Well, I was out in California with James Kirkland over the Christmas holidays, all locked up in a hotel for like 5 days. But we didn't have a good outcome. Being locked up in a hotel, we couldn't only have 3 people to a team. So it was me, him, and then his trainer, his boxing trainer. Because usually when he trains, we carry a team to do like his IVs, where he could hydrate back and stuff like that. But we didn't have a good outcome. He didn't hydrate right, and he lost. He said, "Baby, I didn't feel hydrated." So I don't know. I remember last year a boxer died from boxing because when they did the test, they said he was dehydrated. His brain didn't have enough fluids in it. And I think that's what happened to him. He barely got clipped, and he fell down. And I've never seen him do that. And I know when we was warming up in the back before the fight, he just said, "Baby, I just don't feel right. Something. I need some water. And, with him not getting that IV right after he weighed in, it played a big part. And, with us locked up in the room, we couldn't go to the store, go get no Gatorade, no water, nothing like that. So, we had to do what we had to do.
And when you have those situations, those are always what they say life experience. When you are talking to these athletes, how do you keep them motivated and stay focused on moving forward? Because like touching again on your hat, you got fear backwards and you got faith forward, and fear is.
You can't quit.
Yeah.
You can't quit. You can't quit. You got to keep on pressing forward. It's crazy that you got. You don't have obstacles in your life. You always gonna have something in your life that's gonna have setbacks. But you can't just dwell on that and feel sorry for yourself. You got to get off your butt and go forward.
I remember last time we spoke on this show, we talked a little bit about Kobe Bryant's his mentality, and we also touched on how people should adopt that mentality, because not only was he strong mentally, but like you just said moments ago, you don't quit. You keep pressing forward because you understand opportunities are still ahead of you. Experiences behind you, but opportunities that you have yet to see, they will present themselves as you keep pressing yourself to make it happen.
Yeah, if you sit on your butt, nothing is going to happen. You can't sit there, twiddle your thumbs. You got to go out there and make it happen. Yes, everybody fails, and you got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off. Okay, that didn't work. I got to keep on pressing forward. Okay, this happened. Oh, you know what? Let me pray about it. Let me keep on going. And that's what God wants you to do. He'll take care of it. You just got to pray about it, have the faith, and keep on trucking. You'll be okay.
Faith has been a big part of your life. When we are seeing all the, crazy things that are happening with the pandemic and whatnot, we still have the opportunity to still work on ourselves. I think these times have really taught some of us to really reflect and understand things that you should cut out in your life and things that you should address in your life and work. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have no choice now. We had to work through this to get to the other side where the light is. So for you personally, how do you manage that when it comes to that faith and work balance, and also allowing God to keep guiding you in the right direction that you're supposed to be?
Well, I I read this book. It's a devotional book that we get at my church, and it's like something that you read every day. And that's what I do. I get up in the morning, I read my little devotion, say my prayers, and I start my day. Like this week, in one of the messages, you should always have as soon as you hit the floor, your moment should be with God. You shouldn't be thinking about nothing else when you get up in the morning, and think about him, all the things he's done for you. And ever since I read that, it's true. As soon as you hit that floor, you need to be thinking about what has God done for you. You got to say, thank you for my health. Thank you for guiding me through the night. Thank you for my family. And, thank you for taking care of us. Thank you for taking us through this pandemic. And that's what it's all about.
It's amazing because I say on the show so many times, one of my favorite scriptures, Jeremiah 29:11, where it talks about God knows the plans that he has for you, plans to give you hope and a future.
Right.
It's like, man, if he knows the plans, then all we got to do is get up and go. Like that's your next t-shirt, baby. If you want another t-shirt to put out there, get up and go. Because like you said earlier, don't sit down and just hope that things get better, because it's easy to give up. It's easy to release. Yeah, go ahead.
I know it's very easy. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm putting this in my book that I'm writing about when I was homeless over in Barcelona, when I was playing football over there. As you know, playing professional sports over in Europe, they all sponsored by sponsors, just like soccer. It's just like soccer. Everything is sponsored by sponsors and stuff. So our sponsor folded, and our sponsor pulled out, and our team folded, and I was going through a divorce at the time. I was homeless over in another country, living in a car, didn't speak the language good, but it made me so much stronger on how to not fade, working hard, and not giving up. And that's what it's all about, man. You can't give up. You can't give up.
And once again, we're listening to I Am Refocused Radio, talking to the one and only, I'm going to call him a legend because I'm going to just do it, a legendary, amazing public figure, BayBay McClinton. If you don't know, now you know. Make sure you go to his website, allsportsfitness.net. Once again, allsportsfitness.net. I like the direction this conversation went towards, because you don't just train just pro athletes. You also open up doors to college students and even high school students.
Man, I have middle school kids coming right now, man. They're killing it right now. And man, you ought to see how they train. And man, I got a young lady that I'm training. She's in the 8th grade, up and coming track star. Her mom ran track at UTSA. Her older brother's playing basketball at Wagner and plays on different AAU teams. He's killing it. I got a kid from out of Cactus, Texas, that drives 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days a week, to come train with me with his dad. Awesome quarterback. He plays with the Outlaws. Man, this kid, you're going to hear about him. He's going to be going to high school in Kerrville. He's going to be the next Johnny Manziel, but better.
Wow.
He's got this other little kid that's 10 years old. Mom reached out to me. I mean, he's killing it right now. So, man, I'm loving what I'm doing, because now I'm getting some of the younger kids, younger than my pros, my colleges, and my high school. I mean, these kids are coming because they want to be the best.
And that's the key, being the best, that mindset, once again, that we're touching on. It's not something that you just overly are confident about. It's just something that you just personally are expecting for yourself, because like we said earlier, you don't sit down. Like, it's so easy to quit. It's so easy to feel bad about yourself. It's so easy to play the violin and, say all these excuses of why you should, have people feel sorry for you, or you feel sorry for yourself. You have been through all these things, but all these things have made you who you are today. And you're giving back to the community like amazingly. In San Antonio, is, like I said earlier in the show, so many gifted people who are creative and talented and intelligent. And San Antonio is a sleeper, man. Or I should say, people are sleeping on us. What are some of the things that you look forward to? Because it is still a fresh new year in 2021. We're in February. But what are some of the things that you are excited about that you're able to share with the audience?
Well, just like I said, we're coming up with a new class coming up in March that's going to be off the hook. I mean, it's going to be something new, something fly, that people going to love, with the hip hop workout. And also we're going to do, a gospel side to it. People want to come to the gospel side of the workout too. We're going to do that too. But other than that, man, I'm just looking for great things, having more athletes coming in, training, coming in to get better, and, and praying that this pandemic be over with.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait for this to be over with, man.
I think it's going to be some pent up demand. I think people are just going to be like just so excited even more. But when you have that mindset right now, because so many people right now, there's some people in very dark situations. Let's take a time while we have some time. We have about 5 minutes left with you. Let's take some time to encourage those who may be going through some things. Maybe it's an athlete. Maybe, they have certain circumstances that they're in. What words of wisdom will you give to that person who may not be in the best circumstance? What will you tell them so that they stay focused on their goals, so that they don't get swallowed up with their issues?
It's not, you gotta understand, it's not over with. Yeah. It's not over until God says it's over with, and you got to trust the process. That's what it's all about, trusting the process. Don't give up, and keep on thriving on what you want to do. It ain't always going to come on time, but it is going to come. God is not going to forsake you, and you just got to have the faith and believe in what you're doing. That's what it's all about. I've been doing this for 24 years and never got a loan to start this business. It was all on faith.
That's the key, because I'm going to point to the hat that you have on, that you say you have for Instagram Live. Faith is everything. Fear is temporary. Like fear is something that, yes, it can show itself, but it's like a shadow. It can't really harm you. Faith, it gives you so much opportunity. Faith is like when you're so focused on looking forward. The Bible talks about somewhere where it says, reach out, forget what's behind you, reach forward. Because if you always have your hands backwards, right, you can never hold what life will give you, in the future, because you're so busy tied up with your past. And sometimes we just got to learn how to let go of the past and just move on, turn the page and keep writing your book. It's your story. It's your life. You are in charge of making those choices.
And just like Pastor C, I remember I used to wear my cap backwards all the time. She said, why you wear your hat backwards? You're going the other way. And ever since then, when she told me that, I started wearing my hat forward. And it's the truth. I know it's a style that like people want to turn their hat backwards and do that. But she said, turn your cap around and go forward. That's what it's all about. Go press forward.
It's been an honor, a true honor, to have the one and only BayBay McClinton on I Am Refocused Radio. Man, you've been family since day one. What would you say? What will you say to the listening audience right now for those, when the show releases, it's going to be later, a few more hours, time for the amazing Super Bowl. But what will you, in all seriousness, tell to city of San Antonio, all the dreamers out there, all the people out there, the young people who have goals and want to be something, in their life? What will you tell them before we take this exit, man?
Man, shoot for your dreams high. Don't never shoot for short, shoot for long, because you can do a whole lot of things in life that you can do. Just like I say, keep the faith. You got to have faith. If you ain't got no faith, it ain't gonna work. And you got to trust the process. Man,
again, what he just said, trust the process. If you can get something from this show, what BayBay just said right there, trust the process. Because if you do keep the faith, I like to say faith is the power, man, that's going to let your dream live and keep the lights on. Because without it, you don't have anything, man. Faith will give you things money will never, ever get you. Faith will get you peace. And once again, thank you, BayBay, for being on I Am Refocused Radio. You who are listening right now, go to BayBay's website, allsportsfitness.net, allsportsfitness.net, because he's good people.
You can go to my Instagram, too. It's all_sports_fitness. sports_SA.
And once again, you've been listening to I Am Refocused Radio. I'm talking to BayBay McClinton, a true legend right here in San Antonio. I'm telling you, San Antonio, man, let's get up and go, man. Let's take that process. Let's keep the faith. Let's keep it moving, because there's so many great things that are in store for this city and for you who are listening to the show.
Yeah. Check out my Instagram next week. I may have a special gift on my Instagram next week. I can't say anything just yet, but I may have a special gift on my Instagram next week. Y'all gonna be shocked who may be coming in my gym.
Man, that's why I love the show. I always get good breaking news. That is so awesome. Yeah. So for those who might have missed it, tell the Instagram again.
It's all_sports_SA.
Well, there you go, man. Make sure you go follow him on Instagram, because, man, I'm excited to find out what's going to happen in this gym. So, like I said, man, I Am Refocused Radio, talking to the true legend, BayBay McClinton. It is a pleasure to have family on this show. Appreciate it, BayBay. You have a good one, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
You've been listening to I Am Refocused Radio. You can go to IamRefocusedRadio.com. Like we say every time on this show, keep God first, stay focused, and peace.